Yeah, just Sveno, Mick here, just in the process of just pulled the swing arm off the TTR. I've got to get the rear shocker re-gassed and re-oiled. The bump stop needs replacing. It just fell apart. I just grabbed it and pulled it out of there. It was just sitting there in bits. So that'll be down to MPE for service. Got to do the grease up the suspension joints. It's a bit creaky, the suspension, so my hunch is it's fairly dry. I've only had the bike for about 6 months, a bit more. I haven't registered it yet, so no hurry. Just doing bits and pieces as I can afford it, because when you're working for yourself, I just really haven't got money to throw at it at the moment. When I was working just for wages and wasn't buying other bits and pieces, you know what it gets like. But anyhow, yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. And the pin that goes through the swing arm, the bolt and the nut that goes and holds the swinging arm on, was pretty tight. Oh, it wasn't real tight, I could still tap it out. May have had some never sees on it or something like that, but it wasn't overly free to get out. So yeah, that was that. What else can I tell you about it? Not really much. It's been a bit wet here in southeast Queensland, so what I was going to do yesterday I couldn't do, too wet. I was going to do yesterday and do today, I couldn't do because it's too wet. So I decided, oh well, bugger it, I better do a bit of maintenance. You just end up lazing around all day, so I've done a bit of maintenance. But I've got all my machinery all serviced up and ready to boogie for coming into summer, so you can only do so much of that. But what else? Oh, I was just looking at it there before. Oh, this coal light, made in Australia. Now, this is a bloke I used to work with, owns this business. And transistorised fluorescent space light. And everyone says LED these days. They drag no power, they do this, they do that, they don't do anything else. But anyhow, this thing here's got a protection around it. Warren's his name. And he owns coal light business. But yeah, it's 12 volt, just hook it up to your battery on your car. And it draws 15 watts. 15 watts, and amps are 0.8 of an amp. I suppose that's, I don't know, is that an hour or what? I wouldn't have a clue. Not sure how that measurement works, but yeah, they don't drag much. It doesn't drag much. It's good and hardy. It's got a sleeve all around it, rubber bungs on the end. It's got the on there you can hang it when you camp, and we use it for camping. We use it for everything. I use it when I'm fiddling around under my car, can't see stuff. It's bloody good. So it's a bit of a shout out for Coxie's, Warren's coal light. And I like it too because it's made in Australia. Even though I'm an Australian made man if you can get it. Twin shockers. Well, I suppose you have no trouble with these suspension hardly ever. And just keep the linkages on linked bikes just greased up. Bearings, and you've got to do that on another bike, a swing arm bike anyhow. Bearings or bushes on the swinging arm. This old girl's just got bushes. They'd never wear it if you it's only got minimal amount of suspension travel, and you've only got a certain amount of movement. If you keep them greased up, I'd say they'd never wear it. I'd never wear it because of how hard to use it, so it's never going to wear it. So yeah, it's not too bad. But the amount of dollars I was going to say too, the amount of dollars you can get in bits and pieces of oils and greases and oil filters and two-stroke, brake fluid, gasket glue, greases, polishes, cuts, cutting compound, paints, two-stroke oils. That's for the brush cutters, that's still oil. That's about $34 a litre here in Australia. That full synthetic, that's full synthetic motorcycle oil there, Penrite, that's an Australian company. Same as I run in my old Falcon, or same as I run in my Nissan too. It's Penrite oil, and I was just reading on there, proudly Australian since 1926. So, they sponsor a V8 supercar team, does well. Some more two-stroke, some four-stroke oil from the light motors and the ride-ons. And oil filters. It just goes on, the list just goes on and on and on. And on and on and on. Then you start getting all bits and pieces like blades, belts. Oh, there's belts and blades under here. Bit of Preston Pretty products. There's a blade for me, there's a belt for me mini mode deck. Oh, and actually that's the, I don't think that one's the deck, that's the other one. From the drive belt. There's a drive belt for my Victor. Little tiny fella. Blades, Victor, Greenfield. Bits and pieces everywhere. Bike stands. Demineralised water. You wonder where your money goes. Well, I can tell you where your money goes. And but anyhow, we're going to leave it at that. That's nearly 6 minutes of just going on. These things the other day. A few bits and pieces here from the old Falcon. These bloody dress rims. You want to see what they want for them now. And any of the little badge that goes over the hub on the 12 slotters. I haven't got 12 slotters on the old Falcon anymore, but I have got 12 slotters. These are the factory 6-inch ones. No, they're welded, I don't think they're riveted ones, I'm not sure. But no, they're on a bad looking wheel, but I don't know why you want to pay much for them. They're nothing special. They think they are, but they're not. Yeah, but I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think I've got much more to say. It's been a pretty quiet week, but that's what you got when you're working for yourself. A few bits and pieces here. Look at this. There's a couple of old gearbox cases and clutch case and centre cases for an LSP. More over there. Got a barrel over there. Cylinder head, you could probably resurrect it if you had to. Just got stuff here everywhere. Don't know if I'll ever use it. Well, I'll probably never use it, but it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't cost you much just to have sitting there. That's the beauty of bike parts. Bikes and bike parts, they don't take much room up, not like cars. But I'm going to leave it at that. I get a bit shaky here. I better go and have myself a cup of coffee. Get ready for the weekend. I don't know what we're going to do this weekend. Maybe a bit of Netflix, because if you're not making big heaps of money, you don't want to be spending it. So I've got to live pretty lean, which doesn't worry me. Lean. Look at those. Look at the size of them little baby front forks on this thing, would you? 35mm, I think. Oh. Simplicity. Simplicity. Simplicity all the way around. Look at that. There's a Ballard's bung there. Nothing's ever going to go up here. A little shed seal. But anyhow, I better get off this stuff. Here's more stuff. Shade sail for the side of the GQ. Engine block there from the old 351 engine, or Cleveland engine block, 351, 302, it's all the same. They're not that dear. Bits and pieces here everywhere. Dad's old flying bag there or something, by the looks of it. And, axes and you know, there's just junk sitting everywhere. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Rightio, I'm going to leave it at that. It's Sveno and Mick on this beautiful Friday afternoon. We're in July, getting towards the end of July 2020. COVID virus hooking in. Ooh, better flick that light back on so I can see what's going on. COVID virus is hooking in severely in Victoria. Not as bad in New South Wales. People don't seem to be social distancing or heeding the word. I don't know. It's going to probably be the ruinisation of most countries on the planet, I would say. But greedy people that all they want to do is party like it's 1924, 1964 and 1934 all rolled into one. But anyhow, we'll leave it at that. I don't know why they just can't do a bit of self-isolation and because it's rolling a lot of old people, which is not good, because they're people that have paid a lot of tax in this country, worked their gutses out, and worked their gutses out when they were young, there's no doubt about that. So I know a lot of old people, I know how hard they used to work, and they're all starting to drop off, and they're dropping off quicker because of Corona. But yeah, which is pretty sad. But there's a lot of people don't seem to give a rat's. They're a bit different to me. I do give a rat's because I like talking to old people. So the old people telling you stories, guess what? How do we learn anything? We've got to look backwards to go forwards, I reckon. Yeah, I'm going to just stop waffling on. Sveno Mick on that. On that note, and if you'd like it or dislike it, could you please hit the like or dislike, thumbs up or thumbs down, and leave a comment, it'd be real good. But that's me on my Friday, just what you do here in Australia, working for yourself when the weather's crap. Sveno Mick out.